Hello coin collectors out there, welcome back to the Big D Coins channel. If you've been enjoying these videos, please do remember to subscribe to the channel. Also, I really appreciate the comments. One of the more common comments that I've been seeing is that you guys like the fact that I usually get right to the point on my videos. I don't spend too much time talking about myself or about other things. I get right to the point. So that's what we're going to try and do. We're going to do that going forward, starting with this particular video. So let's get right into it. We'll keep it short and concise and give you a lot of great information about these coins. So what we're looking at right here is a series of nickels. On the top, we have the Liberty Head nickels. The middle row is the Indian Head / Buffalo nickel, and then the bottom row, flip it over and we find these cool coins right here. These are the Wartime nickels. We'll give you a little bit of background on these nickels right here and these nickels, and talk about some known error coins for these ones right here at the bottom. So let's talk about these ones at the top first. So these ones were made from 1883 until 1913. Now, unfortunately, their metal content is just a plain old 75% copper, 25% nickel. So nothing special with their metal content for the Liberty Head nickel. However, they are going to be worth a lot more to coin collectors than their melt value. So no real point in kind of dwelling on the fact that they are just made out of copper and nickel and have no silver in them. On the obverse of the image, we see a Liberty Head right here. So a head of liberty with 13 stars around the head, representing the first 13 colonies / states of the United States of America. On the reverse, which we see right here, we see a large V in the center, representing the Roman numeral 5, and then a wreath going around the outside of the coin. So a very cool coin right there. Again, 75% copper, 25% nickel. Now the next coin in the series is the Buffalo nickel. The Buffalo nickel was supposedly modeled after a famous buffalo named Black Diamond, which resided at the Central Park Zoo in New York City. This coin was made from 1913 until 1938. Same metal content as the one that we were looking at earlier. This one is 75% copper, 25% nickel. Now the obverse, a very cool design. It's a composite profile of Iron Tail, who's a Native American chief. He's part of a couple of different tribes, I guess it would look like. But a very cool profile of him right here, Iron Tail. Now, again, these coins were made from 1913 until 1938. Now let's move these ones aside now that you've got some background on the previous nickels, and we'll talk about these ones right here. So these ones are the Wartime Jefferson nickels. Now the Jefferson nickels had the same design for the most part from 1938 until 2003. However, during the wartime, there was a little bit of a hiccup, and they switched up the metal content purposefully. So World War II prompted the rationing of many commodities. Nickel was a highly valued metal used in armor plating. And Congress ordered that the removal of this metal from the coins effective October 8th, 1942. From that date and lasting through the end of 1945, 5-cent pieces bore the regular design but were minted from an alloy of copper, silver, and manganese. Now the metal content percentages are 35% silver, 56% copper, and 9% manganese. So that will give it a current melt value of 95 cents. However, don't start melting these coins because they're worth a lot more to coin collectors like you and me than they are for just their silver metal. So it's anticipated that these emergency coins would be withdrawn from circulation after the war. So a prominent distinguishing feature was added to them. That feature is the large mint mark on the reverse, so that these coins could be pulled out of circulation. I don't think they were actually pulled out of circulation after the war. That's why you can still find them today. I found that I usually average around 1 or 2 Buffalo or Wartime nickels per box of coins that I look through. So you can always go to the bank, exchange a $100 bill, and get a nice box of coins. It'll take you probably an hour, maybe 2 hours to go through carefully and look for these cool coins, but you can find them. So there are a couple of known errors for these coins. Unfortunately, the regular coins themselves are not going to be worth any astronomical amounts, just based on the fact that there were so many produced and that the people were really into collecting these, as they knew they were kind of a limited release and had silver in them. So those two things, the limited release and the silver content, made them very popular. So PCGS has a price guide for a mid-state 66 at just $32. They've graded 2,427 of those, so they've graded an absolute ton of the mid-state 66 for the 1943 Philadelphia Mint Wartime nickel. Now, it's one of the most common nickels of the wartime nickel, the 1943. Gem examples are very common, as I mentioned earlier, by the fact that there's over 2,000 of them that have been graded by PCGS at a mid-state 66 level. However, there are a couple of known errors out there. There's the 1943 over 42 date, as well as the 1943 Double Die Obverse. Now, what the 1943 Double Die Obverse is, let me flip it over and we'll just zoom in on one of these. It's on the 1943. Now, I'd recommend checking this out using a magnifying glass if you have one. Generally, a 5x magnifying glass will do, but you can always get stronger and get better details for your error coin. So doubling is most prominent on Jefferson's eye. It almost appears that he has two left eyes. Doubling is also evident on the inscriptions Liberty, 1943, and In God We Trust. Now, the other coin that I mentioned, the 1942 over 43, is pretty obvious as far as what that would look like. It would just be a 2 over a 3 on the year. So check out that year for the 1943 coin, as well as the reverse for, the I on the obverse as well. All right, hopefully you enjoyed these videos. We talked about the different errors for the 1943 at the end of the video, but the beginning of the video had a nice background, a nice opportunity for you guys to check out these coins right here, which are the Liberty Head Nickel and the Buffalo Head Nickel. So hopefully you enjoyed it. As always, please do like, comment, subscribe if you're into these videos. I try and post them daily, just showing off some of my different coins and trying to educate myself as well as you guys about the different cool, fun aspects of coin collecting. All right, everyone, enjoy and best of luck.